Welcome to the Cox3.com post-game show. The Tesoro Titans defeating the Capo Valley Cougars by a score of 5-3, making the South Coast League even more interesting as the Tesoro Titans are now 5-5. The Capo Valley Cougars now 4-4 in league play. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Cox3.com post-game show. I'm Gordon Spencer along with the coach Bill Coonerty and their professor Paul Westphal. Let's start with Tesoro, Paul, and they really need to come out and get this win. And they get the sweep actually this week over Capo.
Well, I'll tell you, they took advantage of their opportunities. Started right off in the first inning when they capitalized, and then after squandering a 3-0 lead, they're able to bunch some hits together, get a 2-run inning, and with some solid relief pitching, come away with a really important win.
Yeah, and coach, for Capo Valley, boy, they had some opportunities. They had that situation, bases loaded, nobody out, and just couldn't push runs across.
You know, they scored their runs one per inning in their 3 frames where they did score, and they did blow some big opportunities, but I thought their relief pitching was outstanding to keep Tesoro close. And they're in a position now where they've got to win out, I think, to win this league championship.
Yeah, it makes it very interesting now in the South Coast League. Let's take you to the highlights of this one, starting the first inning. And an interesting start for the Tesoro Titans. Top of the first and third for Tesoro's Spencer Heinzes. The squeeze is on with 1 out. Nolan Kramer scores, and it's 1-0 Tesoro. Top of the second, 2 on, 1 out for Tesoro's Nolan Kramer. He comes up with a big 2 RBI single. Jordan Martini scores. Tyler King scores. It's 3-0 Tesoro. Bottom of the second, 2 on, 1 out for Capo's Austin Morera, who comes through with an RBI single to center. It's 3-1 Capo. They're trailing it by 2. Bottom of the fourth, bases loaded, nobody out for Capo. Trevor Willits into a 4-6-3 double play. A run scores for Capo. Baco comes across. They're down 3-2. Capo completes the comeback. Ryan Hinojosa singles to right. Josh Gardner will score, and Hinojosa goes to second on the air. It's tied at 3. Top of the sixth, Tesoro a 2-out rally. Spencer Krejci knocks in Jordan Martini with an RBI single to right. It's 4-3 Tesoro. And then Brett Auerbach singles in Nolan Kramer. He goes to right center, and Tesoro leads it 5-3. Bottom of the seventh, tying run at the plate for Capo. Spencer Heinzes gets Jake Ortega to fly out to center, and the Tesoro Titans win it. Paul Westphal caught up with the winning team.
I'm with 2 stars of the game, Nolan Kramer and Spencer Heinzes. We'll start with Nolan. Pretty good day at the plate, young man. 3 hits. Tell me what you can remember about that second inning 2 RBI single.
I've just been working really hard the past week. I've been seeing the ball pretty well, and I just put the ball in play, and it ended up working out.
Well, indeed it did. And then, of course, in the 6th, after Capo had come back from a 3-0 deficit to tie, you kept the inning alive with a big 2-out single. What do you recall about that? Because it came against a different pitcher.
Just remember this week that we, in practice, we worked on staying short and keeping the ball on the right side, and he threw me down and out and just poked into the hole.
And you did, and that was a big part of that 2-run inning that gave you guys the victory. Also, flawless performance in the field. Well done, Nolan. We'll be watching you down the road.
Thank you.
All right, Spencer, I don't know what more you can do for this team. I watched you on Wednesday, and you played a fantastic game in center field. I look up today, and you're playing second base. Tell me about in the Capo Valley inning where they had the bases loaded and nobody out, you turned a really slick double play that kept the damage to a minimum.
Oh, just every day at practice, hit ground balls, work on our craft, and just comes naturally when you practice that much.
Well, I tell you are a talented player to be able to play multiple positions so well. But in the first inning, you're the cleanup hitter, and you came up with a guy on third base, and you surprised us all with a squeeze bunt. Were you a little bit surprised when you got the sign to do that?
Not really, just trying to get the job done, and got a great bunt down and was safe at first and got the run in.
That you did, and of course then to cap off a pretty good afternoon, you come in relief of Martini and do a terrific job collecting the victory in relief. When you came up, what was your focus when you were on the bump?
Just pounding strikes, that's all. We had the tying run, and just try to keep it.
Well, I tell you, both of you had magnificent games. Tesoro right back in the thick of the South Coast League race. Thanks for the time, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And here's a look at the rundown, the line score for this game as Tesoro gets the 5-3 win.
Well, Kramer, of course, the hitting star and played a flawless shortstop. I thought Martini pitched admirably, keeping the damage to a minimum every time Capo Valley had a threat, and then he got some great relief help from Spencer Heinzes, and for Capo Valley, Morera surprising with a couple of RBI singles, one RBI single. That young man's got a bright future, and it looks like the South Coast League is tightening up a little bit.
Well, you got to love Morera coming up from the JV team and really having a terrific year. But as we talked about with both coaches before the game and some of them after the game, anything can happen in this league.
Absolutely.
Big games next week lead to a thrilling finish.
Right. Yeah, and Aliso Niguel gets the win over Danny Hill. So Aliso now on top of the South Coast League at 6-4. Everybody else at 500. A lot to be determined still with a couple more weeks left in South Coast League play. He's the coach, Bill Cunity. He's the Professor Paul Westphal. I'm Gordon Spencer. Thanks for watching the Cox3.com post-game show. We'll see you next time.